Good day to you guys. Thank you for joining in. We're about to just get started here. We're just jamming here with some music. Was it 2001? Okay. I couldn't remember what year it was. Thank you guys for tuning in for Neighborhood Jams with Sunni Pouncil. This is your girl, Sunni Pouncil. I am here live with my special guest, Mr. Quentin Rucker, president of Stop the Violence. And so I'm super excited to have him here and jam with him as we're going to be talking about some important topics that's going to be helpful for you to use in the community. So first off, I got to thank you guys for stopping in on YouTube. If you have not subscribed, please do so by clicking the subscribe button. And definitely you can search me on Neighborhood Jams with Sunni Pouncil. So thank you guys. From all across the globe that is supporting me, from Ohio to Texas to Iowa, Kansas, Ghana, Africa. So thank you guys from all over that are definitely showing your love and support for the podcast. Definitely continue to share the information and bring more awareness as this podcast is strictly community driven, bringing awareness, things that you can use and helpful tips. And so no further ado, I just got to dive into this because I'm super excited to be jamming with Mr. Rucker this afternoon. And so welcome, Mr. Quentin. Thank you for coming in. I sure appreciate you. No problem, no problem. We're talking about a person who is solely entrepreneur. And so who is Quentin?
Quentin is a man of multiple now.
He said multiple.
Trying to make it seem like it's extra.
Yeah.
No, I am a visionary. If I see something that is a problem, I want to be able to try to, take hold of it and fix it. So that's really what I'm about.
Okay. Now, where are you originally from?
I am from Oklahoma City.
Oh, so you're
born and raised.
Born and raised. All right. And you're married with two girls?
Yes. Married with two girls. Renita is my wife.
Okay.
And, Queen and Rain are my daughters.
Awesome. And how old are they?
3 and 6.
Oh, so yeah, you got some divas. You got all the queens in the house.
Hey. Gotta try to keep them in check.
Right. Well, the funny thing about that is I'm the opposite. I'm in a house full of men. So, I got my two
So you know how it is then.
Lord help us, huh?
Overpowered.
Overpowered. But we gotta want to keep it in check. So that's good. Well, good thing for your baby and the families. And so what got you interested in the first part of what I would like to talk about is the Stop the Violence. Okay. As the president, what are some of the things that you come across that you've dealt with in 2019?
2019 had a host of problems for us. One thing, we really catered to a lot of the youth around Oklahoma City. This year we saw a huge spike in domestic abuse, so we were getting a lot of calls from, grown-ups.
Wow.
And so we partnered with the YWCA to help facilitate some of those requests that were coming in. It's only so much that Stop the Violence can do. What I've learned over the years is, how you always hear that saying, what your grandma always, to raise a child, right?
It does.
Well, in my day and time, I was like, man, what is a village? We got neighborhoods, right?
Right.
And so I look at that village as a lot of the other organizations that's out there that may have different causes, but at the end of the day, we're all doing the same thing.
That's right.
And so we partner with a lot of those agencies, and we love it.
Awesome. Which I do want to ask, are you familiar with Tiffy Middleton from Be a Village?
Oh, be a village, yes.
Okay, okay. So I'm hosting an expo in March that I'm going to talk to you about offline.
Okay.
Right now, we're going to stick strictly to this uh, stop the violence. But so there was some things that, and of course, you only have so much in your capacity that you can do. All that you have done and are doing and are planning to do, and we can greatly appreciate that. So share with us as far as the community, what can we do to roll our sleeves up and help? I mean, like I was telling, being a full-time real estate agent,
Mhm.
My number one thing from clients is I want a safe place for my family.
Right.
Well, there's no real such thing as a safe place. You just have to pay attention to your surroundings and make sure that you're in an area
Mhm.
that's not as high as in crime, because you can't stop crime nowhere, especially if they're now shooting in churches.
Right.
So, the latest that we've had out there in Texas, and so it's just everywhere. So what are some advices that you can share based on the things that you had issues with in 2019 that we can kind of rise and shine for 2020?
Um, so I would say if you want to be involved,
Mm-hmm.
get out there now. There's always somewhere where you can volunteer. Uh, Whatever your passion is, if you like helping homeless people, hey, go out and help homeless people. If you
Right.
like working with kids, hey, we have an organization. You have a ton of other nonprofit organizations that cater to the kids.
Mm-hmm.
Um, that's always our biggest one is volunteers.
Okay.
The next one, of course, is always funding because of everything that we do and all of our different events that we put on. There's always a need for more funding because we just want to do more. We want to be able to provide more for the kids that we cater to. One thing the news reporters always ask is, how you deal with bad kids? Don't we deal
Mm-hmm.
with all
All
kids?
kids, yeah.
And we always tell them, they try to point it down to a certain area. Like, violence can happen anywhere. It doesn't matter what neighborhood you're from. It doesn't matter how much mom and dad makes. It can happen anywhere.
Right.
As you've seen over the years in schools, school violence is one of the biggest things that we deal with our kids. From bullying. Of course, that's like the number one driver for suicide because a lot of kids are getting bullied.
Mm-hmm.
Then guess what? They end up taking their lives. So we've been talking to our kids a lot about bullying for the past 3 years. We've
Okay.
had kids. We didn't even know how big that message was until we started talking about it and kind of seeing how the kids were reacting. We had kids that broke down and cried. We had one young girl. She was like, I stopped my friend 3 times from killing herself.
Mm.
The fourth time, the young girl's phone was dead, and unfortunately, the girl took her life. So she kind of blamed herself for that, and so we want to empower them. Anything that we do with the youth, we want to empower them, make sure that they get all the tools that they need to succeed.
Absolutely.
And so, we're told like, hey, did you try to reach out to anybody? No. And so we tell everybody, hey, even with Stop the Violence, we don't have all the answers, but we're going to find them. So if we don't have the answers and we know that, we might can't help, guess what? We're going to get somebody that can. And so we
Right.
tell the kids, you got to talk to an adult. If that
Yes.
adult doesn't listen, go find somebody else that will.
Right.
That could have changed everything right for the best instead
Right.
of the worst. And so we just let her know, it's not your fault. And so that took a lot of pressure off of her. So we've seen stuff with a lot of violence at schools when it comes to gun violence.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of kids took that whole mentality of, oh, I'm not snitching.
Right.
Well, we turned that around now because guess what? Now people bring guns to school. People are shooting. Bullets don't have a name.
They don't.
And so, our biggest message that we cater to the kids is, hey, if you see something, say something.
Mm-hmm.
You never know whose life is going to save. Like I said, a bullet does not have a name.
Right. And it don't have eyes either.
Oh no.
So it's gonna travel wherever you shoot it. So, well, the good thing about it is that there's a lot of youth.
Mm-hmm.
The one of the concerns that I have, I don't want to say it's a bad thing, but one of the concerns that I do have as we're talking about stop the violence in youth with guns is that this gun law that they recently passed, and I mean it. Have you seen? Am I the only one seeing it? But have you seen a spike
Oh yeah.
in violence since that?
It's been an increase in gun violence. Guns plus more guns does not equal no violence.
Right.
It equals more violence.
More violence. Right. Right.
So you have, at least with the laws before, you had it in a way where, if you had a mental issue, they can kind of see that right off the bat. Background checks are definitely needed. Um, I know we work with another organization, Moms in Demand. I mean, they're very prominent on, gun violence, stopping that. um, stuff is happening. I mean, we have a lot of people out here with a lot of different mental issues, and a lot of people need to get help.
And that's kind of interesting that you would say that, because when does a person feel that you have reached your mental health issue? Have you identified that? Are you showing symptoms? And it's so interesting to where, if you're watching some of the shows nowadays, they're showing you the different signs that could put off of someone that has or that is struggling with mental health. And it's just something that's we've got to catch it. And like you said, when you see something, say something. And it's not about snitching, it's about saving lives, because
Oh, yeah.
one person, could probably have saved, like the Tulsa shooting at the church.
Mhm.
5 people end up drawn. I think they drew out like 5 different people had a gun drawn on that one person. So I mean, those 5 people acted courageously to stop that one person from shooting more than just the 2 people that got killed. And so, it's a very touchy subject when you're talking about stop the violence. And so, like you said, it's not anything we can control, but if we can give them the right resources. Um, and so, definitely funding, because it's a nonprofit. We definitely want to try to tap her into how we can get some funds raised for your organization, to where we can kind of help you pushing out the drive and the mission. And the only reason why I'm saying that is because I would like for you guys to come talk to our boys. We have high school, and we did have middle school. They're now high schoolers, basketball youth team.
Okay.
And with these are being boys, that adolescent age, freshman to senior year. So they're under a lot of pressure with gangs and drugs and all this other good stuff. Yes, pressure, peer pressure, it's a lot. And so trying to create something for them, an avenue for them, something to do outside of always getting in trouble, you know. There's nothing wrong with going to the skating ring. There's nothing wrong with going to the movies and, just doing those kind of odd things, spending time with family. But, families are so torn apart these days to where it's kind of hard to refer a kid to go back to something that they're trying to come from. So um, with the Stop the Violence, have you, I mean, we've talked about the bad side, but what are some of the pluses that you've seen come from out of the Stop the Violence program?
Our retention rate, graduation rate, people that come back poured back into the program. Like we started May 2010, right? So this year we're celebrating 10 years of Stop the Violence as
Yay!
our organization. And so one of the young ladies that started with us, she's now going to get her doctorate. She wanted to be a dentist. That's all she talked about, throughout the program. And so DJ is going to get her dentist degree and to be a doctor so she can work on all these teeth and stuff. And even when she's on her break, she come back and volunteer and come back into the program. We hear a lot of parents that come back and say, hey, we had one incident where we told a child, like, hey, don't hold nothing for nobody. If you see somebody with something, or if they tell you to hold something, no, walk away.
Right.
Or one of the friends tried to tell him to hold a gun, and so the kid was like, nah, you keep that yourself.
Right.
5 seconds later, police ran up on him, and guess what? The other kid went to jail, and so the parent came back. So we hear a lot of different success stories.
That's
we hear
good.
stories about how the kids, we built up their character. They're doing different things in school now versus not. Some people come and they're shy.
Yes.
So we the first thing we do with our different camps that we have is to, we want you to start talking. We want you to be meeting people. So teamwork, we build on a lot of different character building skills with our organization.
That's awesome. What is the youngest age, would you say, of kids that you guys reach out to?
So for our camps, we start at 3.
Really?
Through 18. Yeah, we feel like the kids are the roots of the community.
They are.
We can pretty much kind of give them an outlet and let them know, like, we can kind of build their mind, right? That way, if they do something bad, they can be like, well, Mr. Rucker said, or Captain Basie said. Yeah, so, and we hear a lot of kids that come back. Everybody's going to make a mistake no matter what.
Yes.
And so when you get the kids to come back and say, hey, man, this is what I did, and, quick as I did it and got in trouble, I thought about you.
Yes.
Well, good. Don't do it next time.
Right.
So, yeah, we have a lot. I mean, we give our graduating seniors scholarships when they're in their last year with us, just to celebrate them and show them
awesome.
that we appreciate you guys coming back every year, dealing with us, you learning, having fun, and so They all go off to college, so that's a good thing. If you go off to college, go off to trade school, we want you to do something. We don't want you to just sit at the house and just,
Not do
twiddle
anything.
your fingers,
Yeah.
right?
Or play on the games and all that other
Yes.
stuff that's not mind challenging. We got to do more mind
Yeah.
challenging things with our youth. So, well, that's awesome. And to know that you guys have camps. Do you have any camps that's coming up this year?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
So we have 2 camps this year. One is always held on spring break.
Okay.
That'll be March 16th.
Okay.
This year, that'll last a whole week. We feed the kids every day. They get
Okay.
T-shirts at the end, and we put on a huge showcase to, showcase the kids of what they learn. When we started this organization in 2010, one of the things I wanted to do was have a leadership camp. Well, I really
Okay.
started thinking, like, how many kids are really going to come to leadership camp?
Right.
Not that many. Not the ones that we want,
Attract.
right?
Right.
And so I was like, start looking at social media. I started seeing kids dancing and singing. I was like, let's
That's
call it
it.
a dance and singing camp. And then we're gonna sneak in all these vegetables, all these goodies, right? If you want to be in this program, then it's free. So every year we started with 20 kids at ICE Event Center. We're up to almost 250 plus in each one of the camps
Kids.
now.
That is awesome. That is
And
awesome.
so most of everything that we do is word of mouth. We promote on social media. Of course, we have different news interviews and different things like that. But I mean, mostly it's all the kids that tell the next kid, "Hey, you should cover this. We learn this," and you start building that rapport with the kids.
Yes.
And so
Yes.
that's what really helps us out because the kids start opening up to us, right? And they start telling us all kind of stuff. And okay, cool. Well, let's talk about that this year. We talk about anything from, and this is not, of course, the 3-year-olds or anything, but the kids that are of age. We talk about sexting. That's been a big one in schools. Revenge porn. One of our board members is Captain Basie of the Oklahoma City Police Department, and that's one of the key areas. He always see a lot of kids either go to jail or parents try to file charges against other kids for revenge porn, and a lot of kids don't know that, hey, she sent him a picture.
Oh, so that's revenge porn.
She's getting, well, she would get charged too because she distributed child porn.
Wow.
And so once the parents start realizing, so that's why it's good to educate the kids early on, like, hey, don't send anything appropriate. All it takes is, 1 second for something to be on the internet. You think you deleted it, and guess what? It's still there.
It's still there. Yeah.
Even with Snapchat, guess what? You think the videos are gone?
Yeah. You deleted it, but it's embedded.
They are on the servers, and so we got to be more careful.
Absolutely.
So we talk about a lot with Stop the Violence.
Awesome. And so much to where we're talking in points of expos where you do talk about the cybers and the internet and all that good stuff. And yeah, because sometimes they can kind of get into it. I know last year, I don't know if it was on YouTube. I know YouTube now is asking the question, is your material, if your content is kid friendly or not? And so that's very important that they start doing. I'm so glad that YouTube did it.
That way it removes certain ads.
Yeah, it removes certain ads. It removes them from being want to be taunted, or this is candy. Come check a look at it. And it's some scary person that looks deformed. Let me just say that. But so that's awesome. Well,
so yeah, we do. So that's spring break. We do another one of those in the summer.
Okay.
That'll be in July. We have our back to school bashes, and then even throughout the year, we do a lot of school tours. And so that's what a lot of people don't get to see with the organization is the school tours that we do. So, like our last one, we were at John Marshall Middle School. We talked to about 600 kids. I mean, we had a great time.
Let me know the next one. I would like to come and do a live, just to share and show the community how involved we as entrepreneurs need to step in and be more concerned about our youth. Most people didn't know, but that's something that's near dear to my heart. But when you talk about me having a 5-year-old and a 26-year-old, and let's just be honest, he's a black male, so he's already come into the world with 2 strikes against him. So how can I get his mind and his heart ready to where he can start receiving and taking out things that he don't need to be receiving as far as his ears and his sights, but something where he can have an understanding of, because as they're young, they don't understand, so violence, that attitude sounds violence to me.
Right.
But if you're teaching them something different and giving them something of value, I think that will give them a different character in the long run. So that's why you're getting majority. And I'm glad. So would you say you probably got half and half, half good and half bad out of the whole situation in the 10 years y'all been in existence?
You know, it fluctuates.
Okay.
You know, sometimes you're more bad than good. You know, we've had kids that, as we see issues, we want to try to fix them, right? That's what I told you in the beginning. So one of the issues that we saw were, you know, kids were hungry. So that's why we said, okay, well,
We'll start feeding them.
Buy food, right?
Right. We'll just start feeding them.
We got to the point. Yeah, we got to the point where, you know, as we started to grow, it got to a point where, you know, we started seeing kids like crying for food. You know, we had one kid that was in the camp, and you know, we always let babies go right 1st. And one kid just bawling out, crying. I'm like, what's going on? I haven't eaten in 2 days, and I'm like, why are you crying? Stop what you're doing. Go get as much food as you want. And so we even got to the point where we overcook now, and then that way at the end of each day,
you can
if
send
the parents
some stuff
wanna,
home.
if the parents want to grab some food, they can grab some food too. So we try to, you know, like I said, as issues arise, we try to see what we can do. Yeah.
Okay. Well, I want to make sure, however, I need to kind of get connected, especially with me having a youth organization. I think that's so important, again, that our young men hear from experienced men that are coming through and saying, hey, this is what our times were like, and we don't want you to have that experience. Because if we don't give these younger kids something to do now, they're going to destroy the world in another 15, 20 years from now. So because of the fact of all the corruption that's going on now, and I mean with the gun stuff, that's not even helping it. They're just basically putting a gun in a child handset and just do what you need to do with it. So yeah. So I mean we gotta have some kind of security. I just wish it was something that, you know, Governor Sid and all them would have done something different about that. But that's a whole other topic, and I don't want to get in political process. But
get out and vote.
Definitely get out and vote. Your vote
Try to get
counts.
office. You know, don't think that your vote doesn't count.
It don't. It does.
Get out. Yeah.
When it really does. Don't think that it don't count when
it's
it does.
It's not just once a year, y'all, either. It's, you know,
throughout the
sessions.
year. Absolutely. You know, I really didn't even notice that until last year. I paid attention. I'm like, we're voting again?
Yeah.
We're voting again? I'm like, well, god dang, I'm getting over there and go voting and start having my voice on certain things. So I'm not as bad, but this year I'm be paying attention. I'm going to make sure I get out and vote on a lot of stuff. But that presidential, I for sure know. Well, and the people that we put in the office here in the city, I'll go out and vote for that. But all the other little non-stuff, I haven't really been paying attention to it. So we're going to take a small break right there as I am jamming with my special guest today, Mr. Quentin Rucker from Stop the Violence, Mr. President himself. And so we'll be coming in just a few moments. But I do want to spotlight my sponsor spotlights for today. And so I have to start out with some. You could do that. All right, so we're doing a continuation. My internet service had or disconnect or something or another. But the 4th annual Business Besties Brunch, the theme for this is collaboration over competition, and so how much we are needing that in our business lives in this day and time is we need to do more collaboration versus competition. And so Nicole Lashana has a host of lineups, as you see at the bottom of the flyer there, that's taking place this Saturday. It will start at 9 a.m. to 3 p.m., so just in time for you to attend this event and then run over to Erica Coleman's event. So make sure that you do stop by and see us. I will be at the 4th annual Business Besties Brunch myself. I do have a table there. So this is my first year, and I'm super excited to support this sister. But not only that, she is a personal assistant. She can also, she specializes in ongoing growth in entrepreneur businesses. She handles the social media marketing, personal assistant, which I can personally speak for that. She's my personal assistant as well. But day-to-day business management, business coordinator. But she is awesome. Coaching sessions, events, day-to-day manual vendors, venues. She is on top of her game. So Nicole Lashana is awesome. You need to reach out to her. Be sure you connect with her. Her number's there on the flyer. My next sponsor spotlight is going to be with Victoria Huggins. We jammed with her on last Thursday. Kicking off 2020, getting your home clean with Luminous Clean LLC as they use all clean natural products. Remember, for the first time guests, you are able to get 20% off of your entire cleaning. So why not get that home spruced up, cleaned up, and ready to go for the 2020? So if you need a quote, she does have her information there as well. And you do mention that you saw this on Neighborhood Jams with Sunni Pouncil, and still honoring the 20% discount. If you are interested in becoming a sponsor spotlight for Neighborhood Jams Live, I would love to have you. You can advertise your business, product or service or event, including books, etc., on one of the fastest growing podcasts with over 4,000 viewers for this episode for businesses. It's a great rule, a great tool, a great rule, a great tool. I can't even talk. It's a great way for you to get exposure. Again, as I have viewers that are reaching from Oklahoma, Texas, Kansas, California, New Jersey, all the way to Ghana, Africa. So just make sure that with you understanding that this is an educational podcast, you are also welcome to be a guest as a special guest on the podcast here live. What your sponsorship spotlight will get you is 4 mentions per month. So that's once every Thursday that I'm live. And then, of course, if I have any other special lives, then I actually mention you there as well. But for a great price of $25 a month, you can't beat that. So you want to sign up today. I do have the enrollment form. Just let me know if you're interested. This is great for entrepreneurs with multiple streams because you can transfer out your information in rotation. So we definitely want to make sure that you check into that. And so we definitely want to give a big shout out thanks to all of our sponsor spotlights. And be sure you tune in to go into some of those events this weekend. As Saturday is going to be packed, filled with so much networking that you need to be there. Okay. So we're jamming back with my special guest, Mr. Quentin Rucker. And in the first half, we kind of talked about Stop the Violence and how we want you to kind of get involved. Roll your sleeves up. Monumental items are needed. Your volunteer time is needed. So I want to make sure that I'll partner up with Mr. Quentin Rucker to get all the details as far as any upcoming events so that we can share that here on Neighborhood Jams with Sunni Pouncil, as this, again, is a community-based podcast, and I want to keep it that way. And so I want to thank you guys and continue to ask you to keep sharing these videos as we continue to bring awareness. So, but Mr. Rucker is not just the president of Stop the Violence.
Right.
We're entrepreneurs. So what are the other businesses that we have? Talk to me about this Culture Fits.
So Culture Fits is, I would say, it's more than a screen printing embroidery business. So
Okay.
More than apparel. We deal with banners like the one you see behind you, retractable banners,
Hey.
business cards, flyers, different types of apparel. So we do it all. Sublimation team. A lot of schools use us for a lot of our services. So that's Culture Fits with a K.
Okay. And I'll make sure to put that information attached in the comment section in YouTube so that way you can reach out to them because there's a website and a phone number. So we definitely want to make sure you get out and support Culture Fits. I'm definitely excited to see and get some information over there to you. So because they can come in a range of some more banners. I need one that's a wide range. You know, yeah. I've been looking at Vistaprint, and I was like, I'm talking to one of the guys that's coming today. It's going to be talking about this. So let me wait out before I do that. I love supporting my own kind. So definitely want to talk to you about that off the subject. So, okay. But Culture Fits, definitely screen printing. So you do jerseys. You can order a big, larger quantity of T-shirts from you. No sizes as far as
we go up to
quantity.
7X. Quantity, we try to start off anywhere between 1 and up.
Okay.
So depending on which method, we have, like I said, we do embroidery, screen printing, direct garment printing, we do sublimation.
Can you do bling, rhinestones, glitter?
We can do it all.
That's my area.
Yep.
That's my area. Okay, awesome. And not only do you have Culture Fits, but you also, we were talking about the Rough Riders lifestyles.
Yes.
Okay. So talk to me a little bit about the Rough Riders lifestyle.
So, Rough Riders is a very fun organization. I've been with them since 2012.
Okay.
We have a host of different divisions from cars, trucks, bikes, dogs, and of course we have the artists everybody knows, DMX, just a lot of host of artists that have been with us over the years. I DJ a lot too for a lot of different Rough Rider events. So
I know. That's the next thing I was going to ask you is your DJ.
Yes. So the DJing was the first business.
Okay. Okay.
Then of course Stop the Violence. Stop the Violence, we needed T-shirts because that was one of our biggest bills. So That's how the
Why not
screen
create
print.
something for your
Yes.
own that you can benefit from? Absolutely. All for it.
So DJing, not just a local DJ, international DJ. I've been in DJing in Dubai,
Okay.
Jamaica, of course, a lot of different states and different things like that. So I'm having fun. I'm having a
Yes,
ball.
you sound
I'm
like
enjoying
it.
So from working with a lot of different artists, and not just Rough Rider artists. I mean, a lot of different artists, national artists.
So who are awesome as a DJ? I'm sure you come across several artists. So who's one you've always wanted to meet? You finally met them.
Honestly, Mystical.
You finally got to meet Mystical?
Yeah, yep, that was my like favorite artist from back in the day.
Oh man,
And
you love
so,
Mystical. He cracks me up in those videos.
I've done everything from even the NBA YoungBoy from Youngsters and LE and Lil Wayne, just a lot of different artists.
That is awesome.
So, yep.
Yeah, I bet you liked that one, didn't you? You
Oh,
liked
yeah.
that one more than you liked the others?
And they're all fun.
Okay. Well, it's
All of
good
them
when
got
you
a
got the
different
different.
story.
Yes.
Yeah. So I get to switch hats, from the stop the
DJ to the
violence
stop the violence. Yeah.
the whole
But
voice
you know
change.
what the good thing is that you're able to incorporate some of those that they can kind of feed back and piggyback off of each other.
Oh yeah.
So they kind of sound like something that we would have done with the culture fits.
Mm-hmm.
You have a need to have a large quantity. You're going to see that every year. It was something that we tried to do, but we didn't want to do all the screen print. We didn't want to get all the machines and stuff, and we never got on that large scale. But our football team, when we had it for the first 6-7 years, we had 5 teams, and so 50 to 100 shirts and sweat tops. We were ordering every year. It was like, wow, we need a screen printing job. But yeah, we did get to that point. And then so you also have a nail shop, a nail salon.
Yes, that one is ran by. I would say she's the main owner, and I just sit back.
Is that the lovely wife?
No.
No. Okay.
It's actually my sister.
Okay.
Miss Kiki Rucker, aka Kiana. She's always been, invested in like nails, right?
Yes.
And I saw her passion, and I was like, hey, what do you think about, getting a salon? And she was with it.
Awesome.
And so, that's one thing I really like to do is invest. I know sometimes you can't deal with a lot of the family members. You know which ones you can trust and deal with. And so she had the passion. And I don't know. I do nothing with nails, so don't ask me. That's all her. So
you sure you don't know how to push your cuticle back?
No.
Paint fingernail polish?
That's I'm gonna let her do that. So that's Inspired Nail Bar.
Okay.
Bring all your inspiration up there. You'll be able to relax. It's more of a private type nail salon. And so you don't have to worry about 50 other people off in there.
Oh, okay.
So, yeah, and that's what we want. We want to be able to, we have the wine and all that other good stuff, whatever you want. If you don't drink wine, hey, we have a soda for you.
Okay.
That's why it's a nail bar.
Right. I like the idea that most businesses, and I'll just say this, Sierra, Amari over at Loon, that personal service is so missing.
Yeah.
People want to feel like they're appreciated, that they're respected. Their time has a value. So when people in that line of work stop to come and say, hey, I want to give you special 30 minutes, 45 minutes, however long I'm going to take to give you a massage or give you your nail tech services or your hair services or your eyebrow services, just the point of them being able to make it more personable just for you, that speaks a lot of volume to me. So I appreciate Kiki doing stuff like that. So is there any else that I did not pick up off of you besides you're a graduate from Douglas? You went to Langston?
Yeah, one and only world famous Douglas High School.
Now come on now.
I would say in America, in the world.
Oh, well now. We'll see.
I'm sorry about John Marshall. So, but yes, I went to the legendary Langston University.
Yes, Lions. Yes.
I was in a band at Langston. That's where I met my wife.
Okay.
Yeah, and actually that's where I started DJing because I needed some money.
I know that's right. Yeah, when you're in college, you tend to have to do things, and so having to create that outlet was a good thing.
Oh, yeah.
And so did you DJ plenty of a lot of Langston parties then, I'm sure?
Oh, definitely a lot.
Okay.
So
I'm gonna have to come hear some of your DJing. You know I like music, so I'm gonna have to come check it out.
We're gonna jam just like we're jamming right now.
Right now. So we want to make sure that you know that you're welcome with open arms here at Neighborhood Jams with Sunni Pouncil. We embrace anything that we can do to help help stop the violence. We definitely want to roll our sleeves up and do all that we can. If there's an event, please think of us so we can kind of advertise it and get it out as well. Any events that you have coming up, I would love to come and do a live or so just to kind of showcase some things that you're doing there. It kind of just helps me because it shows that I'm out here being a community advocate. And it gives me the awareness to share with everybody else. Not only am I a realtor and we're different houses you can buy and sell, but here's a community that you can go get involved with, or a nonprofit organization you can invest in that's geared towards our youth. And so that's one of my dear hearts. Besides being a breast cancer survivor, a youth, because I have a son of my own. And so I'm definitely going to be taking in some of those camps and getting his little hind paws there because he's already got this Rough Rider attitude. So, yeah, we got to address that real quickly, you know.
We got a lot, I'm telling you, because even with Stop the Violence, we have so this is our 10-year, right? And so we say we want to go bigger. We want to do everything bigger this year. So we have a lot of different surprises, even with our 10-year goal. Every venue that we've been in and building that we've been in, we've always outgrown. So one of our goals for this year is to have our own facility where we don't have to go out anymore. So, Miss Realtor.
Yes. Look, my ears got like, whoop, what thing?
Yes.
Radars? I would love to help.
Okay.
Would love to help. Whatever area, and as a matter of fact, I've been coming up with some couple of buildings because we're even wanting to do something big on a scale as well. You know, we're out of gym spaces here. We need gym spaces like bad. So we're looking into. We've talked to a couple of buildings, if you will. They have little portable buildings that you can build out. So we've been talking to a couple of them and looking at some land, and hopefully we can have us a state-of-the-art gym facility here that we can roll out, that we can have some kids, and maybe that could be another spot that you can bring the Stop the Violence events to. Outside of your own when you're at your own, but just to let you know about that too. So I would love to take on that responsibility to help out with you guys and get a location. Absolutely, hands down. So just keep us posted because I know we have the spring break is coming up.
It is coming up.
And so after spring break would be my spring 2020 Home Sweet Homeowners Expo.
Okay.
I am working with Tiffany Middleton. Thank you very much for accepting the role of having our kids zone rolled out. So this year, we had it last year in October. It was a nice turnout, but it was the wrong season. The wrong season being it was in October, so Langston's homecoming. OU Texas weekend, football month. So that was the worst month to actually plan it. But it was a great turnout. We had some great feedback out of it. And what we're going to do this time is I'm going to spin it more on families. So being a family, being a mother, a wife of a 5-year-old, it could be a lot. You're trying to attend an event, support an event, but you got to worry about somebody to take care of your child. So no need to worry about that. Bring the kiddos. We'll have something for kids 5 and up. But I would love to see about having you have a table there, and definitely have a part of speaking maybe 15-20 minutes to the kids. I think that might be something that we need to incorporate. As long as we can keep educating the kids, I'm trying to educate the parents on their income, their credit, their finances, home ownership, investments. So I think if we can kind of partner this all the way around and make it a family event,
that sounds good to me.
I think this will be an awesome deal because we want them.
Speaking at I'm telling you, we have a ball. As long as we can
push
somebody,
and all you got to do is touch one.
Yeah.
We would like to touch them all, but if we could just get one, that's a plus. So, well, I'm excited. Thank you for stopping in the gym with me today. I appreciate you too. So I'm going to talk about the Daily Motivator today. So I know I'd like to do the Daily Motivator before I end off. So the Daily Motivator is fulfilling life. Would you like to experience yourself living today at your highest level of fulfillment? Then make yourself useful. Even the most luxurious luxury gets tedious and boring after a short while, which I can understand that. Don't let yourself settle for more opulence, overconsumption, or overindulgence. Instead, put your skills, your knowledge, your discipline, your competency, and persistence to use. Figure out what you can do to make a positive difference and then do it. There are things you are passionate about, people you love, ideas you believe in. Engage that passion, that love, that belief, and with worthwhile endeavors. No matter what burdens you face or how high or how much or how little you have, one thing is always true. You can instantly make your life better by working to make life better for others. Lift yourself far above the dreary indifferences that saps life out of your spirit. Make yourself useful and enjoy the fulfilling life that you desire to give and to live. That is touching.
Yeah, that's deep.
So fulfilling the life, and so we're talking about stop the violence. We want you to fulfill the life of stepping in, being a volunteer, helping with donations, bringing awareness as we're trying to grab our youth while they're still young, while they're still needing to be molded, and help them become better adults, better tenants, if you will, citizens of America. And so for our daily positive speaking things for today, our success thought for the day is your results are the product of either your personal focus or your personal distractions. The choice is yours. That is deep. So you definitely want to make sure. I have to drop some deep nuggets on you because otherwise you ain't gonna get the real stuff. And I like to be real with it instead of fake shading. So again, I want to make sure that you join me next week, next Thursday, right here at 1:30 on Neighborhood Jams with Sunny Pouncil. I'm jamming with Miss Carla Smith. She is with Smith Consultants Mental Health. We highlighted a little bit about that in this segment, but we definitely want to make sure that you come back next Thursday and join me as Carla Smith will be here. We're kind of going to tie this stop the violence and this mental health and kind of bring it together, if you will, and see how we can help get our community back on track. And so that's the most important thing right there. So get this youth and get them structured correctly. So that is our time for today. I so thank you as the viewers on YouTube for tuning in to Neighborhood Jams with Sunny Pouncil. I'm excited to bring forth more content for you this year. As 2020 will be kicking off on YouTube full-fledged. I'm no longer on Facebook. But I definitely want to make sure that you guys roll over from Facebook and come on over here on YouTube and jam with me so that we can kind of make an impact on our community. So I have to thank my special guest, Mr. Quentin Rucker from Stop the Violence.
Well, thank you once again.
We appreciate you for stopping in, and we're going to be keeping in contact with him, and you'll be seeing him on our show frequently this year as we want to make that connection, bridge the gap of loss of communication with our community. So for now, we're going to continue with Rock the Boat with Miss Aaliyah, our favorites. And you know, we'll see you next Thursday. Have a good day.